So we got allegedly another surveillance footage that shows Julio Foolio from the night that he was murdered. And one of the suspects that were arrested, which was the female involved in all this, we see a court appearance video of her actually having her first appearance in court. So we want to see that. But what I'm more interested in is that new surveillance footage. What footage is being shown? Does she happen to be in that footage? Because what we read online was she never got into the club. Remember, her and her boyfriend and all them were like following them from club to club, location to location, but they were sitting in the lot is what I understood from what I read. But was there more to it? Do we see footage of their car parked outside? What is in the new surveillance footage? Let's see that. Sub up to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. As soon as we hit 10,000 subs, we will be doing a giveaway, so sub up, sub up. Rest in peace, Julio Foolio, and let's check this out.
In the early morning hours of Sunday, June 23rd, Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones arrived at Teaser's Gentlemen's Club in Tampa for a paid performance.
He's the gentleman wearing the red beanie hat.
That's Tampa Police Homicide Detective Juan Ramos identifying the rapper, known as Julio Foolio, in new surveillance video from the club's parking lot. Suspects Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gathright watched this video in court Thursday, too. All three faced charges in Jones's death in what investigators say was an ongoing rival gang war.
And wasn't this nigga like John Wick? Like, they found shell casings from when Julio Foolio allegedly got shot in the foot. Like, nah, there's no way you could be hotter. Wasn't that like last year or months ago? You ain't never washed your car. You ain't never vacuumed. You ain't never happened to find none of them shells. Like, that's just crazy to me.
After leaving Teasers, the rapper went down the street to Truth 18 nightclub for an after party, posting on social media in live time.
And I believe that's when the shorty hit him up. Remember, there was that girl that she said a lot of people were trying to blame her for her hitting him up and putting out his address when he pulled up. And that's the video he recorded when he's walking up the stairs with everybody, which they're going to show now. I didn't know he was so busy on his birthday. So he went to Teasers, which is a strip club. After the strip club, then they took the party here. And this is all after the B&B pool party. Like, nigga had a very eventful day.
This is the video here from his Instagram.
Surveillance video from outside that club shows how two suspect vehicles continued to follow Jones,
Yep.
just as they did at Teasers, and eventually to the Home 2 Suites near USF.
Remember, that's what they said, that the whips were following them. The girl happened to be in one of the whips where the shooters were all in the other.
Approaching the victim's position on foot.
Video from the hotel and a parked Tesla show three shooters firing several shots at the
Feel like a
vehicle
movie,
Jones
like
was
a
riding
trailer.
in, killing him. With video playing such a big role in this case, Gathwright's attorney pushed back.
Once again, there is no actual video or identifiable footage that shows that Mr. Gathright was physically present at Home 2 Suites. Is that correct?
Correct.
The state presented a picture from Gathwright's cell phone taken one day after the murder, showing a bottle of Don Julio. The detective testified that, based on gang knowledge, this represents an insult to the rapper Julio Foolio.
It does.
Here's Gathwright's attorney.
Were you able to ascertain if my client, Mr. Gathright, was the one that actually purchased Don Julio?
No.
So anybody could have been at that club and purchased it?
Yes, of course.
In Tampa, Ariel Placencia.
So how does this work? Is it a pre-trial? Like, is it just to see if they're going to take it to trial? In the last video, we were just talking about how Younger Than Ace, how he keeps posting these Don Julios, and they were in Orlando now, too. Like, that's crazy, because we just left that area from living out there for a year. To see how that in Tampa is giving it up, even though they from Jacksonville. But when my shorty has family out in Jacksonville, and they were telling us, like, nah, Orlando be lit. That's what we go turn up at. Like, we drive down there to turn up. And this was the first spot until he went to the next one. This is already 2:22 in the morning. Like, damn, what time they out closing? And we in Miami. Miami closed late, but I didn't know Tampa was giving it up like that. Orlando be closing by like 2 in the
All three
morning.
faced charges in Jones's death in what investigators say was an ongoing.
What you guys think is going to come from this? All I know is rest in peace, rest in peace. The fact that they showed the whip, that's what we were reading about too, which this is our first time also seeing those clips with the actual cars following him from spot to spot. Shorty saying you can't identify them yet, but didn't they have a lot of evidence with like different cameras following the whip back to the B&B that they were at? I believe one of the cars was like his mother's car. There's just so much to this.
That club shows how two suspect vehicles continued to follow Jones, just as they did at Teasers, and eventually to the Home 2 Suites near USF.
They're approaching the victim's position on foot.
Video from the hotel and a parked Tesla show three shooters firing several shots at the vehicle Jones was riding in, killing him. With video playing such a big role in this case, Gathwright's attorney pushed back.
Once again, there is no actual video or identifiable footage that shows that Mr. Gathright was physically present at Home 2 Suites. Is that correct?
Correct.
The state presented a picture from Gathwright's cell phone taken one day after the murder, showing a bottle of Don Julio. The detective testified that, based on gang knowledge, this represents an insult to the rapper Julio Foolio. Here's Gathwright's attorney.
Were you able to ascertain if my client, Mr. Gathright, was the one that actually purchased Don Julio?
No.
So anybody could have been at that club and purchased it?
Yes, of course.
In Tampa, Ariel Placencia.
Guys, comment down below, share your thoughts about everything going on. What do you think will come from this? Do you think the trial will be lit? Do you think they'll have a good fight back? Or the questions his lawyer was asking and the angle she's trying to take might not just be enough? Let me know down below your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below.